All right, let's dive right in. Today we're going to tackle one of the biggest, if not the biggest question for anyone who wants to start a channel. How in the world do you find your perfect YouTube niche? Let's get straight to it. You know what it is, right? It's this exact question. Figuring out what your channel should even be about, it's the one thing that causes more people to freeze up than anything else. It's why so many amazing channels never even get started. They fail before a single video is ever uploaded. And this is what we call the YouTube niche dilemma. It's that feeling of just analysis paralysis. You either have a million ideas or you feel like you have none at all. And either way, you end up totally stuck. But today, we're going to flip that script. We're turning that paralysis into a real actionable plan.
And let's be real for a second. This is what it all comes down to, right? It's the fear of pouring all your time, your energy, your passion into something just to find out that nobody's interested. Or even worse, you realize 6 months down the line that you actually hate talking about the topic you chose. And look, that fear is totally valid, but the good news, it's completely solvable.
That's exactly what we're going to build right here, right now. Forget all the guesswork, forget the anxiety. We're going to walk through a super simple, super clear framework that will give you the confidence and the direction you've been looking for. So here it is, our 4-step niche finder. And the goal here isn't to find some mythical, perfect niche that's just floating out there in the universe. No. The goal is to build the perfect niche for you.
Think of these as our 4 pillars. First, we got to match what you love with what you actually know. Second, we need to make sure there are people out there who are actually looking for it. Third, we're going to size up the competition. And finally, number 4, we'll look ahead to see how you could actually turn this whole thing into a success. Let's break them down.
Okay, step 1. This is the absolute bedrock of your entire channel. You have to, and I mean have to, pick something you are genuinely passionate about. Seriously, YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. If you don't truly love the topic, you will burn out. We're looking for that sweet spot where what excites you meets what you could talk about for hours on end. And here it is. This is the ultimate gut check question. Be honest with yourself. If the answer is a loud, resounding yes, then you are on the right track. That internal drive, that's the fuel that's going to carry you through those early days when it feels like nobody's watching.
Now, passion is crucial, but you can't be talking to an empty room, right? That brings us to step 2, checking for demand. And the easiest place to start is right there on YouTube. Just go to the search bar, start typing in some keywords, and see what it suggests. That's a direct peek into the mind of your potential audience. Then you can take those ideas over to Google Trends to see if interest is growing or if it's kind of fizzling out.
So this brings you to a really important crossroads. You could jump into a massive, high-competition space like gaming or beauty. The audiences are huge for sure, but man, it is tough to get noticed. Or you could find a high-opportunity niche, something really specific, like reviewing local food trucks or giving productivity tips for nursing students. The total audience might be smaller, but you can become their go-to person and build an incredibly loyal community way faster.
And finally, step 4. This is where we start thinking ahead. Because, and this is important, not all views are created equal when it comes to money. A channel about finance or tech, for instance, can earn way more from ads than a channel about memes. Now, neither one is better. It just depends on your goals. Are you trying to maximize revenue from each viewer, or are you trying to grow a massive audience as fast as possible? All right, feeling a bit more clear? Awesome. Now, just to get those creative juices flowing, let's run through a few proven niches that are always popular. Think of these as a launch pad for your own unique ideas. First up, tech. I mean, this one is a classic for a reason, right? It's totally evergreen because there's always a new phone coming out, a new gadget to unbox, a new software update to explain. The key here is just being consistent and on top of the latest releases. Next up, education. People are hungry for this stuff on YouTube. They literally come to the platform to learn things. So just think, what's a skill you have that could give someone else a real, tangible benefit in their life? That's your golden ticket. Health and fitness is an absolute powerhouse. You're not just making videos here, you can become a part of someone's daily life, whether it's their morning workout, a 5-minute meditation, or the healthy recipe they cook every single week. And of course, finance. Like we said, this is a super high-value niche. When you help people get smarter with their money, whether it's basic budgeting or deep diving into investing, you build an incredible amount of trust. That can be really rewarding, both for your audience and for you.
So we've walked through the framework, we've seen some examples, but look, if you only take one single thing away from this entire explainer,
please let it be this. This is the most important tip for finally ending that niche paralysis for good.
That's it. That's the secret. Stop overthinking it and just start. Pick the idea that genuinely gets you the most excited and commit to giving it a real shot for 90 days. Treat it like an experiment. Remember, you're not marrying your niche, you're just taking it out on a few dates to see if there's a spark.
And how do you know if the data's going well? The data will tell you everything you need to know. If you start seeing people liking, commenting, and, this is the big one, actually sticking around to watch your videos for a decent amount of time, that's your sign. That's the audience telling you, hey, we like this. You found that connection.
So there you have it. That's the roadmap. We went from that stuck feeling of the niche dilemma all the way to a clear framework and a real actionable test. The only thing left to figure out is what you're going to do next.
Because look, all the research and planning in the world can't replace just doing the thing. You have the tools now. You have the strategy. Your perfect niche isn't something you find hiding under a rock. It's something you build, one video at a time. So the only question is, will you answer the call?